Hello guys, welcome to Kloud 9. Today, amongst other things, I am up in Maine with my family and we are celebrating Christmas up here. We started this tradition last year, and one of the reasons that we started this tradition was because the Christmas prior we were apart. And so one of the things we decided to do now is we spend Christmas away from home. We take a trip as a family, me, my husband, and my boys, so that we can reconnect. And I love this time period because what we do is we go out and we get a whole bunch of food and we stay in the cabin, and that's like the first day when we're settling in. And then after that, we do a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay. So that being said, I want to do some fun stuff since Christmas is right around the corner. And sometimes, as we talked about before, Christmas means different things to different people. For some, it means family, as we discussed earlier in another video. Sometimes it means we feel less than worthy. Sometimes it means that we get happy, we get joyful, we get excited about the music, we get excited about the food, we get excited about the people. But first, we're super stressed because we have to match up to what we think everybody wants to see from us during Christmas. Again, one of the really great reasons that me and my family now go away. No expectations to live up to. Say Merry Christmas on Merry Christmas to people, that we love and we care about, and the feeling of love is still there, minus all the marketing tools. Anyway, what I wanted to do today was I wanted to read a poem that I used to be read as a child and that I used to read to my children when they were younger. And sometimes you find that the poems that you read as a child, as an adult, you see them a little different. So I'd like to read this one to you. And it is called King John's Christmas by A. Milne. Okay. King John's Christmas. King John was not a good man. He had his little ways, and sometimes no one spoke to him for days and days and days, and men who came across him while walking in the town gave him a supercilious stare or passed him with noses in the air, and bad King John stood dumbly there, blushing beneath his crown. King John was not a good man, and no good friends had he. He stayed in every afternoon, but no one came to tea. And round about December, the cards upon his shelf, which wished him lots of Christmas cheer and fortune in the coming year, were never from his near and dear, but only from himself. King John was not a good man, yet he had his hopes and fears. They'd given him no present now for years and years and years. But every year at Christmas, while minstrels stood about, collecting tribute from the young for all the songs they might have sung, he stole upstairs and hung a hopeful stocking out. King John was not a good man. He lived his life aloof. Alone he thought a message out while climbing up the roof. He wrote it down and propped it against the chimney stack. To all and sundry near and far, F. Christmas in particular, and signed it not Johannes R., but very humbly Jack. I want some crackers, and I want some candy. I think a box of chocolates would come in handy. I don't mind oranges, I do like nuts, and I should like a pocket knife, at least one that cuts. And oh, Father Christmas, if you love me at all, bring me a big red India rubber ball. King John was not a good man. He wrote this message out, and gat him to his room again, descending by the spout. And all that night he lay there, and prayed to hopes and fears. I think that's him coming now, anxiety bedewed his brow. He'll bring one present anyhow, the first I've had in years. Forget about the crackers, forget about the candy. I'm sure a box of chocolates would never come in handy. I don't like oranges and I don't want nuts. And I have got a pocket knife that almost cuts. But oh, Father Christmas, if you love me at all, bring me a big red India rubber ball. King John was not a good man. Next morning, when the sun rose up to tell the waiting world that Christmas had begun, and people seized their stockings and opened them with glee, and crackers, toys, and games appeared, and lips with sticky sweets were smeared, King John said grimly, as I feared, nothing again for me. I did want crackers, and I did want candy, and I know a box of chocolates would have come in handy. I do love oranges, I do like nuts, and if Father Christmas had loved me at all, he would have brought me a big red India rubber ball. King John stood by the window and frowned to see below the happy bands of boys and girls all playing in the snow, and while he stood there watching and envying them all, when through the window big and red there hurtled by his royal head and bounced and fell upon the bed an India rubber ball. And oh, Father Christmas, many blessings on you fall for bringing him a big red India rubber ball. A. Milne. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to that poem, if you listen to the words, to the emotion, King John didn't have any friends. He was lonely. But there was something that he wanted, and it was so trivial. So trivial. He wanted somebody just to say something. He was envious of the boys and girls as they opened up their presents and threw the stuff. Why? Because it's envy, guys. It's envy. But deep inside, when he's sitting by himself, in what a lot of us like workers will call the dark night of the soul, he prayed. And he prayed to Father Christmas. And by George, he got it. If you're feeling lonely, talk to God. Believe in magic. Believe in miracles. Christmas is full of that. And sometimes we lose what Christmas is because we feel some sort of way. We feel like we're not good enough. You are good enough. Everybody out there, you are good enough. Doesn't matter what you did in your past. You deserve love. Give love in return. And think about those people as you're celebrating with your families, be it family, or immediate family, like I am, or even fur babies. My dogs are very much a part of my life, although they're not here now, because, log cabins do not need Rottweilers. Katana would probably rip the place up, but anyways, there it is, guys. There it is. Poem by A. Milne. Again, it's called King John's Christmas. So, take care, guys. I will put out another video probably soon-ish. I hope everybody's doing great. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.